Ryan, we made it through the trench.
Yeah, a lot easier than Aquaman himself.
That's true. That's very true. It is a great series. We have another one planned. Nothing to do with Aquaman, though. We're going Marvel this time.
Yep. Trying to get some Ant-Man on the books.
That's right. What's the name of this short series that we're going to be doing?
We're just going to be looking at the first trade of Nick Spencer's run starting in 2015.
Yes.
It's very recent.
Yeah, we got some Taskmaster to discuss.
Yes. Yeah, he's going to be the villain in there.
So look out for that one. But before we can move on to that, we have to finish up this epic series. And I want to give a quick shout out to Estrella because, well, for one, she's awesome. And two, she pointed out something that we completely overlooked.
Yeah, we didn't touch on this at all in our last podcast.
She DM'd me and she said, one of the cops in Aquaman 3.
Issue number 3, correct.
All right.
Yeah.
He mentions hearing these antagonists speak in their dialect.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Do you remember what the cops compared their dialect to?
Yeah, actually, I do remember reading that. He mentioned they sounded like seals.
She says, prior to that, I read they're written in an alien dialect.
Yeah, it just looks like a bunch of scribbles
Then
on the page.
more of a seal-sounding alien dialect. I did the same thing.
Yeah.
So real quick, off the cuff,
God.
what was because this isn't, I didn't think of their sounds as a seal. So don't think of seal. What's the first sound you thought of when you saw this on the pages?
You
What
look
do
at
they
their
sound
face, their creepy teeth, their big glowy patches on their skin. You know, I'm getting like a
like? What's the first? Give me the first
something
thing.
like, like I don't know. You know, some kind of creepy.
What was that?
Terrifying.
Terrifying
Yes.
thing.
Imagine that coming right.
I
at
was
you.
thinking more like an insect.
Quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Even
I don't know.
scarier.
Something terrible. But
Both of those are
instead,
scarier,
we were
yeah.
completely wrong because what?
Apparently, it's just a. Don't seals clap? Am I mixing animals?
Why would they clap? These
they've got,
aliens
like-
aren't clapping.
No, but seals have like
It's just,
flippers.
like
Yeah.
that.
It's not,
It's
not intimidating at all.
So thank you for that, Estrella, for pointing
Thanks.
that out.
Thanks for that.
We do appreciate it. And we also have some other cool comments I wanted to highlight because we had a number of people say that they're not interested in going to their local comic shop and picking up Aquaman the Trench.
We turned some people on.
Ryan, who did we turn on?
We turned on several of our fans. It sounds weird to say that we have fans, but we do.
We do.
We have viewers. You guys are awesome. Kyle Carson. We convinced you. Against your will, we convinced you to read Aquaman the Trench. Legato Dark?
Legato!
I'm gonna say that's your name. I'm saying it. Legato Dark and Mr. Joshua Sanders. We convinced all three of these people.
And Estrella, because she's messaging me about the Trench too. So very cool. Welcome. We're going to be reading the Ant-Man run soon. But what happens in this final issue?
At the end of the last issue, Aquaman and Mera decided to take the fight to these monsters in the trench themselves.
They're going in deep.
Yep, they dove deep, just like we do in all of these videos. They dove deep to the bottom of the trench, and they discover a kind of like a structure down there. At first, they're like, you know, these creatures are mindless. They can't do anything. And then I think it was Mera. I don't remember which one of them says it. They're like, well, who built that then?
Yeah.
And they swim closer and find out that it's actually a craft, a ship of some kind from Atlantis.
Centuries past.
Old, exactly, from before Atlantis even sank into the water, which raises the question, why?
This is another one of those little nuggets of info that Jeff Johns likes to leave.
Yeah,
Always
Jeff
making the
Johns.
reader wanting to...
Keep going.
Yeah.
They find out this ship came down from Atlantis before it sank. When this ship dove down, the creatures from in the trench attacked it,
Yes.
made a hole in the side. I assume they went in and killed everybody. This was hundreds and hundreds of years ago, so who knows? It's theirs now. They took it over. The inside is like a nightmare. That's where they live. It's like their hive.
Yeah, it looks like Alien.
Yeah, that was the first impression I got. Like aliens,
Aliens, yeah.
if you will. Yeah, with the queen and all the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where they are coming from. There is a big, big, nasty version of these monsters who still don't have any kind of name, which I love.
Yeah, Aquaman sees these pods with people, and the first thing he thinks of is, wow, they're bringing the food back here.
Yeah.
That's curious.
We saw that at the end of the last issue, too. They decided to retreat from their attack on the harbor. They grabbed all the pods, all the people and and they brought him down underwater. Instead of attacking and killing them and eating them on the surface, they brought the food back to their civilization, back to their people.
So he's already questioning what they're going to do about this because he's kind of thinking that they just don't understand what's going on and they're just trying to survive.
Yeah.
He keeps
Aquaman-
asking this question. Why? What are you doing? What are you? And all we get is food. Food.
He's very hesitant. He doesn't want to wipe this civilization out. Mara kind of raised that idea. She's a little more, as we touched on earlier, a little more bloodthirsty.
Right.
And kind of reactionary. Her first instinct is to just solve this problem right away. They want to kill us.
He's not ready to do that yet.
Yeah.
He's going to worry about getting these people out of there. So he
Correct.
blows a wall,
Yep.
a hole in a wall, takes all the pods, starts shooting them up towards the surface.
Yes.
In the process, disturbing the queen, get into a fight with all of the creatures, and they're going after him. And he's got a decision he's got to make.
Yeah, they're swarming him. They're actually kind of making an impact on him now. They could.
There's blood.
Yep.
Yeah,
they're getting him.
It's not looking good. So he does this really quick dart across the panel, takes his trident, and throws it right into the crests of Earth's underwater surface.
They're near some kind of like volcanic vent that they comment. They're like, wow, it's real hot down here. We must be near a big volcano vent.
Mm-hmm.
Conveniently, that they're near one of those. Mm-hmm. Trident. Boom.
Genocide!
Everyone's favorite. These people are done. These monsters are done for.
Everything.
The thing blows up. All these rocks and, just lava.
Right.
Seals up the trench. It's done for.
He had to do it. It's actually interesting. I mean, how did you feel about this ending in that way?
Conflicted. It's not a happy ending, per se. I mean, they're safe. They're not getting attacked by these guys anymore, but they're wiped out. And
I am glad that they didn't come up with a third option.
I was kind of worried that they were going to find some magical translator and have a communication with the queen, and they'd be like, "No, we're starving, save us!"
It's a dark ending.
Yes.
Because I think it's one of the ways that we're able to give Aquaman a little bit more credit than he has gotten. Is that he's willing to go dark. He's willing to do what he has to do to save people, especially humans.
Yep.
So we then move on from there to the surface. He's taking care of the villain. He's taking care of these monsters. He's on the surface. He's getting some
Rescuing these
kudos from everyone because
Yeah.
he rescued everyone.
He brings up this section of the wall that has all these pods attached to it. You bring it up to the surface. Everyone, kind of comes out, and they're all covered in the nasty goop.
Yeah.
He saved the day, though. Everyone's saved,
Everyone's saved.
including that little boy from the second issue whose dad
that's
got
right.
eaten.
Yeah, they didn't kill the kid.
Yeah, they didn't kill the kid. You can't
So
kill kids.
That is good. We then move to the lighthouse with Mara.
Mara. Yeah, Mara.
They have a nice little touching moment.
Mm-hmm.
The
And then,
police officer shows up.
yes, that same cop from the second issue, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
who hunted them down at their lighthouse. He comes back and says, hey, remember that dog that we found in the last issue? He needs a home because his owner is now fish food.
That's right.
Yep.
So they take this dog and they give him
Yeah.
the coolest name.
Aqua Dog.
Lame. Probably the worst part of this issue.
Yeah.
Of the series, actually. It's the decision to make him Aquadog. Unless, and I could be wrong with this, they may have intentionally done that just to highlight how silly it is to
Yeah.
consider the female lead in the story beneath the hero. Because it's Aqua Woman.
Yes.
It's it's Aquaman and then Aqua Woman. It's no.
I don't think they're actually going to call him Aqua Dog. I think that was just a weird suggestion of the cops. I really hope they don't call him Aqua Dog because that's real dumb.
It's really lame, especially after that whole time they're
Yeah.
correcting about Aqua Lady, Aqua
Yeah.
Woman. So awesome. What was your favorite page in this issue?
My favorite page was the scene, the full page where they rescue the kid. When the kid looks up at Aquaman, and he's like, "You're my favorite superhero now," and you just see this look on Aquaman's face, I am someone's favorite now. And it's a cool way to tie the whole 4-issue arc together, to bring it back to the beginning where Aquaman was he's nobody's favorite. That's what that blogger talked about him at the restaurant. You're no one's favorite superhero. How do you feel about that?
Now they actually consider him a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
This kid's got some Aquaman memorabilia in his room now.
He's a fanboy. Yeah, he's gonna have action figures and everything, T-shirts. Gotta love it. After that, the cop. There's this douchebag cop still on the pier. I don't like him still. Not my favorite. It's a way to make the moment a little funny. Don't make it
Yeah.
too sappy.
Exactly.
I liked that. What was your favorite page?
Oh, my favorite page was in the very beginning as they're going down into the depths of the trench. Yeah. Aquaman is controlling the angler fish. There's like a school of them. Mm-hmm. And it's just so badass because it's like you don't see a whole lot of him utilizing the sea in this story because it's not the coolest thing. They even touch on it. Like, it's just not that cool. This is why it's useful. This is why it's cool. These things look like the demons of the sea, and he's just got a ton of them all lighting the way in pitch dark to the bottoms of the ocean. It's terrifying.
It also looks really cool.
It sure does.
Like I picked my favorite page due to the story implications there, but this page, I loved the way the bioluminescence of these fish. Mm-hmm. Like, he's got such a way of drawing this and the coloring to make it actually looks like lights. Like, it's not just a light blue shade on the fish. It's bright. It pops off the page.
Yeah, it's actually deceiving. You look at it on digital and you look at it in a comic, and it's the same. It looks bright. Did you notice at the end of the story?
I was thinking that too. Yep, the same example.
Scenic,
the lighthouse sunset scene at the end.
No characters. Nope. This is just a scenic scene. There's a sun. There's a house. It looks bright, like you want to squint at it.
Like you can't look at that sun, like the real sun. It's weird.
It's weird, but that's the power of good color work. Mm-hmm. Kudos. Fantastic issue. Definitely recommend it. We end it with a preview of what happened to Atlantis, who sunk it, find out for more. But, it's definitely...
It's weird. It's like, that's not a question I ever even considered.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was a natural disaster that sunk Atlantis, but this makes it seem like it was intentional, like somebody sunk the city for a nefarious purpose and a reason. It's like, you got to find out why.
Ooh, super exciting.
We're not going to do that, though.
No, we're not. What we're actually going to do is we're going to touch on Ant-Man, and I want to know, in the comment section below, who is going to see Ant-Man? Who likes Ant-Man?
That's a very good question. Who does like Ant-Man?
Because you know what? We went through a couple... we're trying to pick a graphic novel.
Yeah.
And it was tough.
There's not a lot.
There's not a lot of good ones.
No.
Most of these have very poor ratings, and they seem kind of lame. And then when you start reading them, they are kind of lame. Like, there's just not a whole lot of exciting stuff happening. So I want to throw out to the audience, what do you think? Put your answers in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always,
geek responsibly.
Enough
said. Don't forget, Geek Responsibly shirts. They aren't just for co-hosts anymore. GeekStreet101.com. You can sign up for the mystery mail call there. You can buy shirts there. You can buy store folios, stickers. Come on, what are you doing?